Hello, everyone! Welcome to a special edition of Random Daily Discovery. As you can see, we are both here in the video, which is different than our other Random Daily Discoveries. But today we are talking about we got two Falcon 9 SpaceX launches almost simultaneous. They're like a couple minutes apart here. So we're bringing them to you in this special video. And stick around and let's learn something new. Okay, we are back, and I am excited about today. I think this is going to be really exciting. We've never actually done a live launch before. We get two of them.
I know. So I'm excited for this. Now, these were two launches, as we talked about earlier this evening in our live stream. We were hoping to get an hour and a half between the two launches. This one is out of Vandenberg Air Force Base in California. The next one will be out of their main launch in Florida.
Yep.
But we're looking good. We're a little over 4 minutes from launch.
Yep.
And so, yeah, we were hoping for two launches in one day, but we're still going to get two launches within 2 days, which is incredible.
So incredible.
But we thought we have the time, we have the ability. We're at least trying to figure it out, that you get to watch basically us react to this launch. So we're getting a few minutes in. We'll have the audio feed from SpaceX coming through as well. Hopefully you guys can hear that. And then we're just going to talk about it. Now, this is going to be launch and booster recovery on one of the land-based recovery zones, which is only about 1,300 feet away from the launch pad.
Right.
The cool thing with these is when they land on the barges, sometimes the video cuts out.
Right.
And that's just because of the vibrations from
it's just
that
too much
returning.
going on.
When the booster returns, it causes so many vibrations that can interfere with the satellite connection from that landing barge to SpaceX. Now, when it's on land like this, we have pretty much always gotten perfect videos.
Yep. Almost. Which is
so
great.
You're gonna hear a few things that they call out here, and we'll try to explain that a little bit. She was just talking about LOX loading. That's liquid oxygen loading.
Yep.
They're loading the fuel into the rocket now. Now, in the early days, they would load all of the fuel before, especially for manned missions.
Yeah,
they would load the fuel before the astronauts actually got onto the rocket or the shuttle. And that was one of the safety hurdles that SpaceX actually had to prove that they could do, was loading while the astronauts are already in the capsule. And there is a little bit of a risk there in case one of the tanks ruptures. That's a lot of liquid oxygen that could blow up.
Right.
But again, SpaceX has proven over and over their safety capabilities.
This is true.
And you can tell by over 100 different landings, 4 missions to the space station with a crew. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they do.
And so we're coming up on 1 minute, T-minus 1 minute, and that is when all of the control is transferred over to the onboard computer of the Falcon 9 rocket. At that point, it's all automated. The rocket takes care of everything. And outside of monitoring, mission control is basically along for the ride. They just let it happen.
Right.
So there we go. We're listening. So they just
let me put
announced
the audio back on here for y'all.
Yep. Stage 2 launch loading is complete. We will go to internal power in just a moment, and you can already see that arm behind the rocket. That's the, they call it the strong back. That's what they use to lift the rocket into a vertical position. And I think now it's cranked back to somewhere around 85 degrees, I believe, maybe a little less, more. Once it launches, it'll drop back a little more, just to clear it from the rocket. They said we're go for launch.
I
So
did hear that. I heard clear for liftoff. Yes. Oh, I'm excited.
Yep. So Will's about 10 to 15 seconds behind me. So
I
you'll
am.
see a little bit of a difference. Right now I'm at 45 seconds. He's probably at about a minute.
I've got about
Well, we're
50
getting-
seconds or so, 52.
Directors go for launch.
So yeah,
Okay.
we're a little
So we're
behind over
close
here.
to
Sorry,
startup.
guys.
We're
He's going to be
within
seeing it
10
just before we
seconds.
are.
The onboard flight computers
Yep,
have taken
lucky
over the
me.
launch countdown.
I'm at 30 seconds. We're getting very close. And once it launches, now you'll see that umbilical cable that goes up to the payload there just pull away.
Right.
And looks like good weather, clear skies. I got T-minus 15, so
For now,
let's
it's
light this candle and
25
watch it go.
seconds. Let's
I'm at
listen
25
in
seconds.
to the final
I'm
count.
sorry,
right.
my neighbor downstairs, the dog is barking. I don't know if you can hear that, but hopefully not.
Here we go.
15.
Ooh.
You've got launch. You're going to see all of those water fountains push through
Right.
there. Now that water is it's not for flames or burning or anything. It's actually to absorb all of the noise
Right.
and
It's like a dampening effect.
Exactly. So that the whole place doesn't vibrate apart.
It doesn't
And they've
just
been doing
shake
that
to
since the
pieces.
first days of rocketry. Water is very good at absorbing those sound waves, and just it's a safety protocol more than anything.
Absolutely.
And so we're going to get some amazing views from the Falcon 9 rocket of it taking off into space, and you can see that as you guys are watching.
Ooh. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, there it is.
So you're going to hear them talk about
We're now
Falcon 9
T plus 40
throttling down
seconds into the
before they get to what's called
NROL-87
max
mission.
Q. That's maximum
Falcon 9
aerodynamic
throttling
pressure.
down in
That's
preparation.
when the rocket is traveling
In preparation for
at
max Q,
at
which will
fast
take
enough
place at T
speed
plus
through
1
the
minute, 12
sound
seconds.
barrier
Right.
that
Max Q,
it's the
of
max
course, being
it's the
moment in which
maximum
the vehicle experiences the highest
atmospheric
amount
load
of aerodynamic
on the
pressure.
rocket.
Right.
And so they
Beautiful
throttle it
views of
down
the
just so we can
California coast there in
safely
the
pass,
background.
because there's still enough of an atmosphere.
Absolutely.
Now, once it gets into the thinner part of the atmosphere, there's less
All
of
right, there we heard the call out for max
torque
Q.
and load on the
Everything
rocket,
looking
and
good
then
with
they can
stage 1 trajectory.
kick those rockets back to full
Now, in
back
the
to
next
full
couple
power.
minutes, we have
Right.
5 events
And
coming up in
as you
quick
can see
succession,
from
starting
the
with main
right
engine
side,
cutoff, stage
rockets
separation,
don't go straight up.
stage 1
No.
They go up
Second
and then
engine
they
start
curve.
run,
Yeah,
and
you're
then the boost
basically
back burn.
trying to match the curve of the Earth
Main engine cutoff,
Exactly.
to get into
as the name
orbit,
suggests,
and
we will
to get
throttle,
the
so we will shut
payload
down,
into the
all
proper
9 inlet
insertion
engines.
to its
Stages will
orbit.
separate.
Exactly.
And then
The
in a
first
few
stage will
moments,
actually
we're going to
flip
see
over
the
and conduct a
main
boost back
engine
burn,
cutoff.
Yep.
and that's what we have to do in order
Then
to
the
fly
first
the
stage
booster
is going
back towards land.
to disconnect from the second
And of course,
stage.
during that time as well, we'll
Second
have
stage
engine start
engines
one,
will,
or we will ignite
those
the
engines will
Merlin
fire up,
vacuum engine.
and the first stage will
Again,
begin
not a
its
cloud in the
descent
sky,
back to the
gorgeous
landing.
liftoff.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
Vandenberg Space Force
Most of the time when they land
Space
on
Launch Complex 4 East.
in this place at Vandenberg,
Right.
when you're in Florida, when they have the barge, the rocket can just go up and then with
Right.
a parabolic arc land back
First stage engine cutoff.
on their floating barge. However,
Stage
to get
separation
back
is
to
good.
where it has to on land, it goes up and then it has to flip and do what they call a boost back burn.
That's so cool.
And then they have the
Stage 1
entry
boost
burn,
back
which
startup.
slows it down.
All right,
After
there
the
you saw
entry
all
burn,
of
the
those
grid
crystal
fins
clear,
are going to take
beautiful
over.
views.
Those
first stage now is
impact
performing
the
the boost back
atmosphere
burn.
and slow it
And
down
there
and
we heard
help
the
to
call
guide
out
and
that
steer
fairing separation
that booster
has been confirmed.
back to where it
Unfortunately,
needs
we're
to go.
unable to broadcast
And
that
then
at the
right
request of our
before it
customer,
lands, we have
but we
the
were
landing
able
burn,
to confirm
and that'll
the
take it
deployment of
from
that.
I think a few hundred,
Now,
a few
3
hundred
minutes into
kilometers an
launch,
hour
and the next
down to
milestones
zero
coming
very
up
quickly.
include the conclusion of the
Um,
boost back burn, which we see
and looks
right
like
there on your screen.
We're looking
And
pretty
that will
good so
finish
far.
at T
Yep.
plus,
Yep,
3
looking
minutes
great.
and
Right,
15
so
seconds.
the boost back burn is completed. Like
Yep,
I said,
yep.
as the rocket goes, it flips and pushes
Stage
itself
1
back
boost back shutdown.
All right,
so
there
that
we
it can
recall that
insert itself.
The boost
Now
back
you see the grid
burn
fins.
has
Says the boost
completed.
back. Yep.
Our first
Yep,
stage
and you're
will be
going to see the grid
attempting
fins
a
open up.
land
Again,
landing
those
in just
are
a few moments.
they're titanium these days.
One of the
They
nice
were
things about
originally
land
steel, I
landings is
believe.
that
Yeah, I
we're
So
think
not
they're
so.
subject
lightweight,
to
but they're
ocean weather,
strong, and
it's pretty
their
convenient to land
design,
the
it looks
first
like a
stage,
cheese grater,
basically right
basically.
next to
Right,
where
it does.
leaves off.
help to
However, our
dig
ability
into the
to exit-
atmosphere
execute a
and
land
help to
landing,
slow down the
really is
rocket, and
dependent
also
upon the
as they
customer's
twist,
needs.
to
their mission
steer it.
trajectory and performance
Right, you
needed
get that
for
air
the
drag
satellite
that
is
you're
what
looking for.
determines if they're
Exactly. And to
land.
steer it back to the landing zone.
Most of the time,
Um,
their requirements don't
I mean,
allow
it's-
for a return to launch
The fact
site,
that
which
we
is what
can
we're
launch one
performing
of
today,
these and land it
which is why we
within
also
a
developed
few
the
feet of a
capability to land
bullseye
our
is
first stages.
quite impressive.
It is
You
so
know.
cool.
Good news there, both first and
So,
second stage reporting to have nominal
listening to
trajectory.
them,
I know, I was listening too.
So
It looks like they're
that's why
still
we developed our ability to land our
Still
first
adjusting
stages
things.
out in the ocean with our drone
Oh, yeah.
ships.
And she's
again,
explaining
you
a
get
lot
noise
too.
from
Pretty much
amazing
everything you're
views.
explaining, she's going
The
over.
first stage has
Mhm.
2 more
Well,
birds
then
left.
let's
Next up
let
is
her
the entry
explain
burn,
it for a minute
and
or
that's
two until we
where
get closer to
will
the landing.
reignite
I know, it's
three
he's
of the
yeah, they're
Merlin
just kind of
engines
floating
on the
around.
first
She's just
stage.
kind of going over
That will help
stuff.
to slow the booster down
SpaceX
as it
lady, how about
re-enters
it?
the
Well,
upper
we'll
part of the Earth's
we'll
atmosphere.
stop talking at you
So
for a
we
moment.
are
We'll let
coming
you
from inside
explain,
the inner stage. We can see the,
and
the stage pusher there.
I'll come back in a moment right
Here we have a
before the
beautiful
landing
view.
bird.
I think that's probably one of the channel islands there on the right-hand side of the screen. We can see 2 of the 4 hypersonic grid fins. We deploy those shortly after the stages separate, and those grid fins help steer the vehicle during descent. You will also
Well, quickly,
see
while she's talking
right
about
there, we
that,
just
she
saw one,
mentioned
like
that
a puff of white
nitrogen
gas.
gas.
That is
steer
nitrogen
it.
gas from
We've
attitude
had those
control
in ships
systems
for a
that
long
help
time. They're
control
called
the
gas
vehicle's
control
orientation.
thrusters. And
So there we can see the booster
again,
is
it's just
steering
to steer
itself
it back
back to
where it needs to
Vandenberg
go.
Space
Now
Force
you can
Base.
see the ground getting closer and closer.
Piece of
You can
ice
see
there on
how
the
the
left-hand
rocket
side.
is making these minute adjustments to steer it where it goes. And in a moment,
Absolutely stunning views today,
that ground's going to get a
both
lot
of
closer.
liftoff and our landing attempt. As I mentioned before, Vandenberg typically has quite a bit of fog, so it's more common to hear a launch than see one from Vandenberg. So for those that were able to catch it,
Yeah, it's
I'm
amazing
sure
how
it
much you can
was
see of the
a
land and
stunning
everything
sight.
from here. I mean, it's so cool. Like she's saying that you just don't normally get that kind of view. It's really cool.
Well, there's not a
We are
cloud
about
in the
20
sky
seconds
today.
away
It's
from
perfect
the entry
for
burn.
these
Perfect.
views. And we're,
Again, this burn is the second of 3 burns that
you're a
we will
few
be performing
seconds away
today.
from the
And this
landing
burn
burn.
is designed to slow the vehicle down
entry burn.
significantly.
Both
And
vehicles are on a nominal trajectory.
I'm going to see it here in just 1 second. And there we go.
So the booster is
entry
now
burn for
basically
me
coming
is
through
in
the thicker
startup.
part of the Earth's
And
atmosphere.
Now you've
So we're
seen
going to
these
slow its velocity down
reused
with this entry burn.
Falcon 9 boosters launch before, and you'll see all of that soot that's
Right.
up and down them. They purposely don't clean or repaint them, just
There we can see
kind
that
of
entry
let
burn
it stay
has
there
begun,
for
and this will last
shits and giggles, basically.
another few
It doesn't
seconds.
affect the system at all.
Right.
And it's kind of like a badge of honor, I think, for these boosters going up so many times.
Yeah. It
So we're
absolutely
getting
is.
pretty close
Stage 1
right
entry
now.
burn shutdown.
And you can see in the corner, in the left corner,
And we can see that entry
how
burn has
quickly
concluded.
the
The vehicle
speed
continues to steer itself
decreases.
for a
Like,
precise
I'm
landing
at
back at landing
22,000,
zone 4 at
2,200
Vandenberg
kilometers
Space
an
Force
hour.
Base.
Or maybe that's meters per second. I can't see.
The next burn we have
Kilometers
is
an
the
hour.
landing
But
burn.
it's going to drop down drastically.
During the first stage
And
landing
that's,
burn, a
again,
single
those grid
Merlin
fins
engine, the
do
center
a lot of
engine,
the work.
will relight
Right.
and
Once
slow
you
the
get to
vehicle
the
down.
end coming up, that's when the landing burn fires.
If
And
you look closely, you should be able to not only see our landing zone, but
here we
our
go,
launch site
landing
as
burn
well.
start up for my
Stage
end.
2
FTS
Yeah,
was
we're
safe.
On
we're
the
a few
right
seconds
side, you can
there. We
actually
gotta.
Pretty close
We're
to our
almost
launch
to
pad.
the landing burn.
Shortly
Then
before
you'll
the
see
vehicle
the
touches
rocket
down.
Stage 1
from
landing
one of
burn
the
startup.
telescopic cameras.
Right. Yep.
All right,
They
we
just
can see
split
the
it up
landing burn
there.
has begun.
Yep. And this is always awesome. I never get tired of this view.
Right.
And you can see how it kind of wobbles as it
Yeah.
finds its perfect.
Landing zone
Perfect
coming
landing
into
zone.
view for the first stage. Again, this is the first flight for this
And
booster.
they did it.
And
You'll
first
see it in a second. The landing legs deployed.
There was
Looks
much
like they're
rejoicing.
It looks like this time one of the landing legs might have bent or a little bit. It's a,
And as you can see, a picture-perfect landing
this side,
of this
but-
first
oh, I
stage
see what you're
booster.
saying.
It's
Yeah, when you
first
rotate the
flight
camera,
and
you can
first
kind of see
landing.
it's like.
it happens
This
once in a
booster
while.
will be prepared for reflight
but
on another NRO mission
they
later
did
this
it.
year.
Yay!
This also marks our 105th
So cool.
overall
They did it.
successful
I'm not
recovery
surprised.
of
They
an
always
orbital class
do it.
rocket,
It's
including both.
always a great thing to watch.
Oh yeah.
And I'm happy that you all were able to watch it with us. This will be a
Yeah.
fun episode, and if you have any questions on anything SpaceX is doing or any other ideas that you want to pose to us, let us know.
Definitely let us know.
It's a really cool thing to see. It's a good time to be alive and to witness this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this is definitely milestones in the making, and I'm happy that we could all be here to see it. And hopefully we can see more cooler, awesome, stuff in the future because of what they're doing now. So hopefully we'll be there for that too. But glad that we could show this and share this with you guys today. Check all our links below. If you have any questions, either shoot them at the email above or hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're on all of those. So just let us know. But we appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I know I learned something new, and I hope you guys did too. But we will see you guys all next time. Take it easy, guys.